Welcome back to Showoff Friday. In this week's episode we are going to review the genetics of Altan. My name is Robert Bronkhorst. Welcome to Roundhog Serpents. So if you watch all of our social media channels or maybe see the YouTube short, you might know that we played a contest with this male. And in this week's episode I will reveal his genetics. So if you did not play along in that contest, you can pause the video now, go to the comment section, put in your guess. Here's a reminder, he contains 3 incomplete dominant traits. 2 of those incomplete dominant traits are genes not a lot of people are working with. And then he contains a possible 4th incomplete dominant trait that's also very unknown. You can pause now, go to the comment section, play along, and then in a few minutes you will have the answer, so you don't have to wait 2 or 3 weeks. So, Altan is a ball python, Python regius. He is a little male. And let's start off with the guesses of the people who tried along. I will shout out every 4 of them. Let's start out with Infinity Morse. He said Cypress, Enchi, Yellow Belly, or something in the Yellow Belly complex. Well, I have to say I am very sorry you didn't get a single point. Then my buddy Mark from Remarkables, he said Lesser, OD Fire, Black Pastel. Again, thank you for playing along, Mark, but you didn't get a single point. Then my buddy Richard Grit Pakker, he said Pastel, Butter, Enchi, Confusion. I can understand why you think Confusion, because I do quite a lot with Confusion, but not a single point. And then one honorable mention from my friend Martijn. He doesn't have ball pythons. He doesn't do anything with ball pythons. All his knowledge about ball pythons comes from watching my videos. So thank you very much for the support, Martijn. He said butterscotch. It's not a real morph, but butter is, so close enough I think. Pastel actually exists, and Confusion, but again, no points. But again, thank you for all the support and love from all 4 of you. Also, everybody who liked the videos and didn't play along, also thank you very much for your support, of course. So now I will reveal the genetical makeup of this beautiful animal. So he is a Mojave. So Lesser and Butter are in the same complex, of course. So that is a big part of it. I have to be honest. But it wasn't the right one. And Mojave, I think it's different enough from Butter and Lesser that I can't count them as points, right? The second one is Lucifer. So Lucifer is a gene originated by Nerd. And Lucifer in the single form, there are not a lot of single form Lucifers made or pictures available. But what I've seen, they look a little bit like Fire or Vanilla, like Morph. So that's in it. So Mojave, Lucifer, and then we of course need something that is very dramatic and causes this. Well, the reason why a lot of people think Enchi is in it and Enchi is not in it, or Pastel is in it, and it's not. So something really lightens up. I think the light color, a lot of the light color has to do with Lucifer, to be honest, in this instant. But the main part of this, and the reason why I bought this animal in the first place, is Odium. I really am intrigued by Odium. I always wanted the gene, but I also understood that there's not a lot of market for it, right? So Odium used to be quite expensive, at least here in the Netherlands. It was around 200, it was around 1,000 or 2,000 euros, something like that. And I knew it is special, but it is very subtle in most ways. You have to be really adding stuff into to make it work. Really, it's not a gene that works absolutely great on its own. So coming into that, I really didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. And then an opportunity came along to pick up this man for a price that was reasonable. I can pioneer a little bit like this. It's not a in-depth investment. So I saw him immediately messaged the guy, and I said that I wanted it. He was a big breeder though, but he's going out of business. So I am sure that it is Odium. He also was, I think, the first or the only one who really imported it from Nerd directly. So yeah, I'm not worried that it's not actually Odium. You can actually see some of the great influence of Odium. Now, maybe now that you know it is Odium, let me put away my notes. Now that you know that it is Odium, maybe you can see it here. This great flaming. It's a very nice indication of the Odium stuff. I really love it. It's very untapped, to be honest. It does seem like you absolutely need something from the Bell complex to give it a really good pop. There are a lot of combinations. It's very hard to see. The fourth gene that was in here was the Blackie gene. I almost forgot. The possible was the Blackie gene, and I did a very quick Google search. Couldn't find anything on the Blackie gene. Don't know what it is, but I guess it's something dark and weird comes out of this. Then we know what it is, right? Or have an idea what it could be. So, what am I going to do with this male in the future? What I do know is that Hidden Gene Woma works really well with it, and I have a Hidden Gene Woma Fader female. She's het for Desert Ghost. So the main reason I bought her is to make some really stunning Hidden Gene Woma Desert Ghost combinations. I really love those. But once they're done, I don't need the Desert Ghost part of this female anymore, and I can pair him up to her. That would be great because Hidden Gene Woma works absolutely well with Odium. I think that's a dead giveaway, right? Also, I have not seen a piebald that is only Odium. There are some suspicions that they're possible Odiums, or they are labeled as Odiums, but there is a lot of other things in there. And I did Nerd put up a single gene Odium on Morph Market. That's the only one I could find also. And that animal looks, from the picture, it is a picture of course, so that's always a little bit sketchy. The same did go for ExoLB. You only have a picture of a single gene animal, and the way that the picture is edited or the light on that picture is very determined on how the animal looks. But a single gene Odium, in my opinion, looks a lot like Mandarin, with a really boosted orange coloration and not a whole lot else. Not very much pattern-wise going on. It looks like a normal ball python with very nice white highlighting around the alien heads. You can see that coming back here as well also. And also very nice oranges. So I'm really curious to see what happens if you only have Odium in piebald. And this is, well, I wouldn't call him gene packed. He contains 3 genes. I think that would be pretty difficult to pick apart what is what. So yeah, I have a piebald, a normal piebald female with nothing else in it. I will use her for him, so I can make some Odiums and some faders and maybe some Blackie genes. So basically it is a normal, right? Because all the offspring will be het for pipe, but that het piebald usually doesn't have a lot of effect on the phenotype of the animal. So I will use her for him and try if we can make some pure Odium piebalds. That would be absolutely great. Depending on how the single gene looks in real life, we might decide we also wanted to do that with Desert Ghost. It's not been done before. There's no Odium Desert Ghost on Morph Market ever. At least not as I know. Also, hypo might be great, because hypo can produce some really nice oranges and sometimes even a little bit of greens. And Odium is known to produce a little bit of green as well. So who knows what happens if we pair Odium with hypo? That might be pretty cool. I think this video is becoming way too long, at least way longer than I anticipated. Also, let me know what you think of this setup. I know this cloth is shiny, but it's not wrinkling, and that's why I use it. So yeah, I have to see how that comes out. But I think this is much more pleasant than have to look at my sweaty face all the time. So yeah, let me know if you like this setup. I also have another color, but I think black suited this animal far better. But if we have a darker animal, I will use the other color. It's a light blue-ish thing. Let's cut it there. I really like to thank you for your time. I absolutely hope that you have enjoyed watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.